Question 26, where Don says, can you describe the energy that enters any of these energy centers? Can you describe its path from its origin, its form, and its effect? I don't know if this is possible, but can you do that? Yeah, I can't pronounce the P or the B very well, because it hurts. Ross says, this is partially possible. Don says, would you please do that? And Ra says, the origin of all energy is the action of free will upon love. The nature of all energy is light. The means of its ingress into the mind-body-spirit complex is double. That's what it means, double. Firstly, there is the inner light, which is Polaris of the self, the guiding star. God, I love that. This is the birthright and true nature of all entities. This energy dwells within. I have to make a pause here. I love this. The Polaris of the self, the guiding star. That is the inner light. That is the true self. Don't they say it there? There's the inner light, which is the Polaris of the self, the guiding star. The true nature of all entities. It's lovely. This is the basis of my meditation. Just for you to know. The basis of my meditation is focusing on that inner light. That's why I love it. Alright, anyhow. Orgasm peaked. Let's go into what Ross says here. First, Don wanted to know the origin and the path of the light. Let's see. Describe the energy that enters the energy centers. Path from its origin, its form, and its effects. It's a really good question. So Don Ross says that first, the origin of all energy is the action of free will upon love. That is the origin. All energy in manifestation is free will acting upon love. Now, if you are perceptive, you notice that we're talking about the creative principles. Free will, love, capital L, love, and light. The nature of all energy is light. So the origin of all energy is that interaction of free will upon love, and the nature of that energy is light. So light is the manifested, the intelligent energy. And so the means of its ingress into the mind-body-spirit complex, or us, is duple. Firstly, there is the inner light, which is Polaris of the self. In this little paragraph, you can take a good glimpse at the creator. This paragraph, I mean, it's missing the second point, but it's given away the whole show. This little paragraph. The origin of all energy is the action of free will upon love, and the nature of all energy is light. From there we have the three creative principles, all showing the manifestation of creation. Okay, so that's light. Love, light, light, love. The means of its ingress, of this light, this capital L light, is the firstly, there's two. The first one, and this is Kundalini too. We talked about Kundalini, I think, in session 48 or so, 49 maybe. Go check it out. But the point here is the first one, the Polaris of the self, the guiding star. This is what I call the singular point of consciousness, the will. This is where the will is directed, is that static beingness, Shiva in Hinduism. And this is the birthright, the true nature of all entities. The true nature of all of us is this singular point of consciousness that we are, without alteration, without discernment, without anything. No qualifications. It's just this perfect permanent self in ourselves. This is the birthright and true nature of all entities. I cannot state that phrase enough. This energy dwells within. So let me move on because I'll continue this little paragraph. But the second point, so this makes sense. The second point, says Ra, of Ingress is the polar opposite of the North Star, shall we say, and may be seen, if you wish to use the physical body as an analog for the magnetic field, as coming through the feet from the earth and through the lower point of the spine. There's more to say, but this is the second point, and this is the prana, or the this is actually Shakti in the Hindu depiction of the Kundalini. Shakti is movement, Shakti is dance, and Shakti makes Shiva dance. And so they interact with each other. The second point of Ingress is the polar opposite of the North Star, that's the South Pole, and it's going to attract it. That's why your will attracts this prana, this energy. In the physical body, as an analog, you can see it as energy coming through the feet from the earth through the lower point of the spine, which is really where the energy centers start to be discerned. You start to be individualized because of the energy centers. It's almost like the prism in which this undifferentiated light comes through, and it's refracted. And now you have the 7 colors arranged in the particular form that you are. Now you came with a specific arrangement, and you're wanting to become one with that flow of energy. This is what unblocking actually means. And even evolving has to do with this organizing and reorganizing of the 7 rays that flow through you. And so this energy that is coming is undifferentiated. There's nothing going through that. I mean, it's just energy. And you, this entity that you are, is this beautiful prism that refracts the light in different ways. That's why there is no wrong way of being. You see, because every entity is refracting the creator, the energy, into beautiful ways, into this kaleidoscope of beingness. And so when you see this coming through, and you can identify and see, okay, this is my red ray, it behaves this way, I have this orange ray biases, and that's you, that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with any energy center. It's just that anything that is in the lower energy centers, you want to use it with the tools that you have now of acceptance and service to others. It's that simple. And so that it's going to make, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. If you remember what the purpose of this is to realign yourself, to be that person. So imagine that you have your energy centers. You want them, not you, but your higher self has a view of how these energy centers could shine. And this shining is being sort of mismatched by other biases and inclinations that you have, perception, etc. All of this, the blockages that you may have. Well, the purpose of this is for you to be in alignment. This, in practical means, what it means is that you're flowing with nature. You're one with the Tao. You are in the flow of things. You are the universe. You are that is being manifested, and there is no blockages. So anyhow, I don't know why I got sidetracked here, but I hope that makes sense, because this puts a lot into perspective. I mean, everything that we're looking for in texts, in inspirational talks and seminars, and even listening to me right now, all that we're looking for is this little diagram that is being shown here by Ra in terms of the energy that we are and how it's manifested through us. And as we see it through the catalyst, experiential catalyst that we're getting, we can actually start making adjustments and using this energy in the ways that we want to use it. So Ra has more to say, and I think they're just gonna, let's just read it. Ra says, this point of ingress of the universal light energy is undifferentiated until it begins its filtering process through the energy centers. The requirements of each energy center and the efficiency with which the individual has learned to tap into the inner light determine the nature of the use made by the entity of these in-streamings. So this actually puts it into even more context, because now we're bringing in the inner light. So the point of ingress of the universal light energy is undifferentiated, like I just said before, until it begins its filtering process through the energy centers. Same thing I said before, it's neutral energy, pure energy, and now it's being refracted in the kaleidoscope that you are, like I said. The requirements of each energy center and the efficiency with which the individual has learned to tap into the inner light. So you have requirements in your energy centers that are set by your programming, and all you need to do is follow that. That's why we have the plethora of individuality when you actually see somebody dancing because they love dancing, or painting because they love painting, or simply not even arts, but just going out in nature and playing with sticks for whatever reason. You know, they love that. They love breaking stuff. Some people love breaking stuff. Is that a bad thing? In our society, we seem to think that breaking stuff is bad. But that tendency that some people have, and I love YouTube channels of people that you can see that they love building because they love destroying things. There are many channels you can find, and you can see this. You can see how any behavior in humans has a beauty in it, as long as it's being used for its own desires, for what it wants to do. Somebody who likes breaking stuff, it's because it loves to see how they work, and they create things and innovate things due to this. So whatever it is that people want to do, you know, that is the requirements of the energy centers. This could be from red ray to yellow ray, and all of this is transmuted into how can I serve others and at the same time merge with them. That's key. That's beautiful. I love it. So the requirements of each energy center, as well as the efficiency with which the individual has learned to tap into the inner light. So this is, the inner light is the Polaris of self, the guiding star, this singular point of consciousness in which you direct your will. That's the directing of will, of what you want. This determines the nature of the use made by the entity of these in-streamings. Two things: the programming, who you are, love being who you are, and the efficiency in which, you know, this person has, or this entity has, being able to direct its will into doing that, into opening the hearts, or using this for the purpose of inspiration, or using this for helping people in this way, whatever it is. It's just that directing of will. So